Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Dawnless Days siege battle for you here today, and we have a sally out from Gondor here as they look to defend the great fortress of Cair Andros. This is sort of a historical or at least a lore-accurate sort of siege of Cair Andros that's taking place here in a 3v3 as we have evil men of the Easterlings along with Orcs of Mordor attacking Cair Andros, and Gondor here is defending in this siege battle, and they're already taking the offensive themselves, actually trying to destroy these Uruk-Throng units, trying to get some damage on them, since there's no cavalry on this side here at all. The player just has some Olog High, which is pretty speedy, but yeah, not speedy enough to catch up with this cavalry here. There is now cavalry racing across Sevens the Eye all the way over there. But yeah, what a start to this siege battle. Literally few seconds in and already a bit of action for you guys to look at. It's actually your general, one of these cavalry units is out here as well. 3 Knights of the Silver Swan being sent out. All done some pretty decent damage. To be fair, some pretty banged up Uruk-Throng units by the looks of it as they march forward there. That is for sure. But yeah, this is a siege battle actually that we did on the Discord a little while ago. It is technically like a sort of a lore-accurate sort of a historical siege of Cair Andros. Cair Andros pretty, at this point, depleted of defenders. It has got 7,000 though, which is probably more than it had in reality, or at least in the books. Not reality, you know what I mean. But yeah, there's some really poor units in here. It's all like a lot of tier 2s, even tier 1s as well. Gondor Sword Militia, Pentakill and Spears. We do have some top quality units in those cavalry as we've seen there, and we have got some rangers as well as Cair Andros is around like Ithilien, so you know we gave them some Ithilien rangers in the sense that they would probably have those to support them. We have Axemen of Landen here, which I don't think people see very often, and they're facing off against some Veriag warriors, so yeah, that's going to be a tough old fight for them to start off the battle. That is for sure as the infantry there lands. But yes, a lot of the troops and the defenders of Cair Andros actually got removed from the city here and actually got taken to Osgiliath, because Denethor prioritized that over Cair Andros. So then Sauron, in response, sends a force of Easterlings and Orcs to try and take the fortress, for the island fortress, for himself. He actually does take it, and it actually requires, like after the Battle of the Black Gate, I'm pretty sure it's like a similar sort of time to the Battle of Black Gate. It requires some Rohirrim and some men of Lozenark to actually retake the fortress. So it actually would be quite a cool sort of scenario to do as well, sort of the recapture of Cair Andros, which would be cool to see. Because you could use 5s of Gondor, you could have like Lozenark as an attacker, and you could have like a couple of Rohans maybe or something like that. But yeah, that would be really, really cool to see. But as you can see here, Veriag Axemen already chopping through these men of Landen here. They are sort of being evened out by some Blackroot Vale archers shooting onto the wall, doing some damage as well. We have got Eastling Macemen as well, like the Loker and Macemen here. They're landing against the men of Landen. But they are losing. The men of Landen, again, a tier 1. They're an axe infantry unit. They're not that great. They are going to get slaughtered there, probably on the walls. Gondor Sword Militia here, also fighting on the walls. But yeah, this was a really, really fun siege battle. It went pretty much down to the wire. There wasn't a lot left for either side, to be fair. So it's definitely a snack and a drink worthy siege battle if you are looking for one here today. And yeah, this is certainly a glorious, glorious fight. And I'm looking forward to watching it back. You know, having played in it, you kind of miss a lot of what goes on. You kind of focus on your sort of sector. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what other players get up to and what happens on their side. Sword Militia here kind of getting penned in against the wall. And the guy there was glitching off the side of the wall. Should really be falling off if it's Rome 2 or Medieval, Medieval 2 or Rome mechanics. You can see there, Uruk-Throng, I mean, yeah, they're trying to bat their way through. We've got a cav charge, actually. Knights of Silver Swan here. Charge. Out the gates, trying to rout that Uruk-Throng. Again, just delaying the ram from actually smashing through the gates. So there's not a bad little play there from the from the cavalry. They probably lost a few. It's not exactly the best angle. And actually, the Orc Throng don't even have to reposition the ram. It's pretty much just going to be good to go. Sadly, and you can see pole arms and shock infantry and Olokai all coming forward. All sort of targets that the attackers could be shooting at now. That's sure. These guards of the Teeth are already down 10 men, I think, because of ours. They're definitely a good target. What have we got over here? We've got the Gondor archers. They're, full ammo, ready to go. Might be waiting for the Olokai. I doubt those Olokai are getting set in straight away.
The gates have been destroyed by the enemy.
We'll see. Gondor there is still struggling away. Yeah, if you ever want to send in any of your own replays to feature on the Discord, or want to get involved in any of these sort of scenario battles that we do from time to time, do feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. Plenty of Total War players there, always looking for games, especially Dawnless Days and NTW3. So yeah, if you ever want to get involved in any games there, that's the best place to go if you're struggling to find games elsewhere. And if you want to, support the channel and help us get to 12k subs, do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, I don't know, hit the bell, all that sort of stuff. It really does help the channel. It really, really does. Okay, the Loki room here, they're going to smack the skulls of these men of Lambda. We've actually got some better troops now on the wall. Gondor. We have got some actual Gondor sword infantry. I think my army did have the largest sort of contingent of these. The actual professional troops, not like the levies. They're head to toe in steel armor. Yeah, Cair Andros is a really cool map. It is a two-layered sort of defense, so you can fight for the outer walls here. And we did say we were going to do this pretty substantially, because you could just defend this sort of like next couple of tiers, which actually I guess it's 3 tiers, because you could defend here, which it looks like, I don't know, this player looks like he's already set up Citadel guards to defend here. And then yeah, we've got more another entry point there, and then there is the last tier here as well. There's a trebuchet actually that's been chucking ammo over the walls. It's got insane range. I don't know what it's actually firing at now. Maybe at the Uruk archers. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but it's targeting. We've got Cav now dashing about. It looks like they are breaking through the gate here, and coming down the wall are the orcs. It looks like that's, I think, what the cavalry's coming to deal with, and the trolls through the gate with pentakill and spears. They're spears, but they're not great ones. I don't know if they're necessarily going to be able to stop that Olokai push here, but here we go. Here goes the Cav. Where is it going? And it goes straight on in. Charge into the side of the Orcs. Trying to support that gate fight. Find themselves a small easy kills there. There you go, look at that. Redlining, losing decisively those Mordor Orc warriors. Very, very nice. There's plenty more of them on the wall here, actually. They're all sort of just tied down fighting. Pretty cheap stuff. I do remember when Gondor Sword Militia used to be heavy melee infantry. At some point that has changed to light melee infantry. But these guys generally were heavy melee infantry. It was a tier 1. So actually were quite hard to kill. They actually put up a reasonable fight. I mean, they're still taking a bit of time to die, to be fair. 86 of them left out of 190. They're holding well. Looks like another Mordor Uruk there is actually, or Mordor Orc warrior, that's wavering. There's artillery also coming in, hitting maybe friend and foe a bit there. And it has helped rout that Mordor Orc warrior. And there you go, they've stabilized at the gate for now. Cav has helped stabilize there, very nice. We actually have a general all the way back here. I don't know if he's been shot by artillery or what, but yeah, the Uruk bodyguard here being hit quite hard. Oh yeah, the artillery is like going through the gate and it's hitting the blobs of Morgul raiders here. It's pretty good accuracy. You can see it bouncing in, and if it's just like it's continuing to bounce, hit these Uruk bodyguard as well. It's unfortunate that generally you might want to keep an eye on that. But the walls are holding strong, relatively so at the moment. Militia here helping to defeat the Uruk throng, but it is mainly because of archer support, not because the militia are actually that good. There are places to come off the wall, though, as you can see here. I mean, the Orcs fully control this section of the wall. They just need to come off if they dare, because there is cavalry sniffing around, so that could be a problem. They are making push through this gate as well, and we have Gondor's Spear Militia here. So yeah, they're definitely not going to be able to hold against what we've got here. Veriag Warriors, Loki Rim Macemen, yeah, some solid units really. They're forming a bit of an L shape. Again, the plan I think was to use cavalry here. You can see, yeah, here comes Gondor's cav. He's dashing through. Look, the Eastlings do have some Storm Riders of their own that they're going to try and send in, try and combat them. We'll see how they go. Here come the Knights of the Silver Swan. It's that one Storm Rider going ahead of the line there. There you go with the Eastlings stopping that charge, sort of. I wouldn't say it was the best charge. The Swan Knights should win anyway. And there's going to be infantry going in here. As you can see, Gondor's Sword infantry going in to support that. Loki Rim Macemen also the same. So both sides I think are going to withdraw their cavalry. And yeah, then it's just going to be the swords going in here to deal with these Macemen. And there you go. We had a bit of lag, but it's because the towers are collapsing, which is unfortunate. I actually think you killed quite a few Storm Riders and Loki Rim there. Certainly these Storm Riders took a bit of a battering. Archers here, they're in a bit of a bad duel. Mordor actually sent his archers over here to support the Eastlings, so I was getting outgunned when it came to archers. For some reason I continued to take on this fight with bow militia. But yeah, I have my ally is sort of helping, like in some areas, his Blackroot Vale archers. He's bringing more over here, but yeah, I could desperately do some more missile support, something to deal with these wall fights, because I am not winning these at all. And the man flesh will be provided here by the men of Landen. These orcs will be able to chomp down on a Landen burger. Yeah, men of Landen wavering. They look like they're going to break pretty soon. Yeah, Veriag Bowman here. They are getting focused down. Halberds here. They'll be a great target for archers. If they can reach there, I would be starting to shoot these halberds before they come in. But there is a general recall already taking place here. Because, yeah, big problems are starting to occur on this side here. The spears have been broken through. And the trolls are in, and yeah, as you can see, it's all going wrong. Cav is in here. The spears just being slowly battered down. We're going to see a charge here, I think, in a moment from General of one of the Gondor players. And we're going to see another Cav charge here. Looks like they're going in for the Uruk Throng. There's not really many to kill, but he's going to be going in for them nonetheless. There's Cav over here as well, Servants of the Eye, getting shot at. They'll be a great asset. You can dismount them and make them into melee infantry later in the game if you not able to use them as a cav unit, because cav's not really needed at this point now. I mean, maybe a little bit in this outer city. We're going to see a charge here, I think, from the Knights of the Silver Swan. They're going to go into all this shock infantry here. I think it's a sacrifice as well to allow archers to get back, because they're getting chased down. There you go, cav goes in. And the Knights of the Silver Swan, they're going to hold this line here. Going to hold up the advance of Mordor and allow units to get out of here. They actually have charged these Morgul Raiders quite nicely. Cav over here is cycle charging as well. It's not, like I said, Cav's not going to be necessarily as useful as we get to the next stage. So Gondor using his Cav a bit sacrificially now. I mean, it's also me using it, so I mean, I'm going to be a bit biased. But I feel like this is kind of a pretty good use of it to keep killing as much these huge blobs of Mordor infantry that is coming in. And this is unsupported. Like Gondor, sorry, why do I keep wanting to call them Gondor? There is now Servants of the Eye in here, but they were unsupported for quite a while. All these swords and the shock just charging in. No pole arms, no Cav. Yeah, the Cav now has arrived. Gates have collapsed here. That'll do more damage to those Morgul Raiders and Servants of the Eye there. Gonna try and pull the Cav out. I don't think I realised maybe that the Servants of the Eye are in there, because that actually is news for me as well now. Yeah, I'm pulling back that's Knights of the Silver Swan. That's a bit of a risky move. I don't think it's really going to work. And I think I was maybe... Then I realized I had to send him back in because his general hadn't actually got out of here. I was like, your general is more important to that player than my cav here.
The enemy have rallied their units.
There you go, yeah. Knights just getting slayed. The flower of chivalry of Gondor being cut down. Sad to see. Sad to see. Yeah, that's pretty much gone as that defense there, and you can see the Eastlings breaking through over here as well. I mean, we didn't really We withdrew most of our stuff. The only unit that I managed to knock it out of here, annoyingly, was this Gondor sword. It's pretty healthy still, 96 troops. Fighting on the wall here against Loki Rim and Uruk Throng.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Still fighting hard there. Yeah, the swords over here, this Gondor sword infantry, that's going to die at the sort of by the gates. They're going to get, well, maybe not feasted upon by Easterlings, but if the Orcs come across them, they might eat the bodies of these guys. Have some man flesh. There you go, yeah, Cav sort of mopping up some units. I think they're going to go for some rear charges. Some men of Lambden re-rallied by the looks of it. I think they were dashing to try and get onto the wall to survive, but they're not going to get a chance. And yeah, there you go. That's the outer layer of the city already fallen there very, very quickly, actually, from the defenders. This gate over here kind of fell quite quickly. We've got Citadel guards here and a Gondor sword holding the line. Guards the teeth have been committed very early on here. 36 of them left. They're getting focused down here, and therefore losing this melee fight against the Gondor swords. Citadel guards will have no problem here. These are just Morgul raiders. Yeah, they're not that great. A very spammable shock, and they're quite big units, but they're not going to break through Citadel guard. And they're getting, I think, shot by archers here. I think the archers now mounting themselves. Actually, they've not got onto the walls here. Well, this one has. The Thlian Ranger here. That's good to see. Running out of ammo, but we do have plenty of supply barrels, and they're all on sort of like the second layer and third layer of defense. So that's going to be good for the defenders using all those. My Black Root Vale archers and all my archers here passively shooting this general. He has actually been used, and he's well committed. So I was like, well, I'm just going to shoot him while we have the chance. See, I imagine the player's going to pull him back. So it's just to weaken him, just for later on in the game. It's not, I wouldn't really call it too much of a general snipe. He has used him. And this is a problem. Another Gondor sword did rout here. Another one's having to go in. So they have managed to sort of break through. This Guard of the Teeth held on longer than the Gondor sword. Artillery coming in as well, hitting the Morgul raiders here. And they've got a tiny unit of raiders in behind this Citadel Guard, which is problematic. Very problematic for the, but I think it has just routed now. But yeah, the Citadel Guards, they don't want to be hit from front and back. They have a solid shield wall sort of formation, which is great when they are being attacked in the front. But if they get enemies in behind, yeah, that causes problems. They are losing now. Whether it's because it's a fresher raider coming forward, I don't know. They're going to need, but they should hold for a while. 72 of them left. That's a lot of Citadel Guards. They're going to get backed up now by Gondor swords, who've just won their melee fight. But there you go. That was quite tenuous for a moment. That defense needed to hold. Otherwise, this sort of like flood of orcs would have just continued on to the next layer. And you can flank around here as well. So this would have undone this defense as well, which has already been formed up nicely as well. It looks like at the moment the Eastlings are just sort of dueling the Gondor archers. The Variag bowmen coming forward here. They're just shooting with the Black Root Vale archers, trying to do some damage. Black Root Vale archers don't really have a chance of beating these Variag bowmen. They're very heavy bows. You're going to have to focus them down quite a lot to beat them. And yeah, the Black Root Vale archers haven't got the greatest of accuracy and stats. And I think Variag bowmen might actually have a missile block chance, because they have a shield, unlike most archers. Yeah, Variag warriors going in here. They're getting shot down now. They're, I think, taking a lot of the focus of the archers. Gondor sword trying to hold the line. You don't want to shoot these Variag axemen too much, though, because there are worse units to come forward, as in, like, well, worse for Gondor. Better for Eastlings. Some more axemen here. Plenty of runic warlords. 3 units of those still be committed. There's still pole arms as well. So there's plenty of options for the archers to shoot at still, to be honest. So they don't want to use up all their ammo. They have got supply barrels, luckily enough, but still, they are going to need to conserve ammo, that's for sure. And again, yeah, this wave over here has kind of been finally defeated. There you go. The Morgul raiders all gone. Citadel guards are pretty much spent, though. That is a very tiny little unit left. They have got another sword to send forward here. But yeah, after that, there's not much. The Trebuchet, I think, is going to actually resupply. which you can do if you didn't know. You can resupply a trebuchet. You can supply anything with ammo. So you could resupply a Pelasgian Marine if you wanted to, but it seems a bit wasteful because they don't get near as much ammo as, say, an Archer or even a Trebuchet. So yeah, he's going to push it towards the supply barrel here, resupply that, and get it even more ammo to chuck at the attackers, because there are some blobs potentially they could use. I don't know why the player's defending all the way out here with the swords unit when he could just defend this one choke point. Yeah, he's now having to put a sword into this choke point. That's just double the manpower he needs to use when he could just defend with a single unit, to be honest. Also, Cavs, if they have any left, which they do to the attackers, they could have cycle charged and just do a lot of damage to those swords there if they wanted to. And here we go. The Eastlings are making a breakthrough here. Gondor's swords, having held the first wave, aren't going to hold the second wave. I'm going to see Runic Warlords go in. They are going to get pinned down by more Gondor sword infantry. And the cracks are starting to open in this Gondor defense. Because, yeah, the Runic Warlords, even if they don't hold this line, they are going to be able to, you know, they're opening up gaps, which, you know, you can see here the Storm Riders taking advantage of. They charge into those sword infantry there, do some damage to them. And more, yeah, I was going to say, more Loki now able to push up. They could, again, try and flank here, which they might do, flank the Gondor swords, keep getting around them. Manpower-wise, vastly outnumbered, over 2,000 more attackers. Gondor here, and Gondor's not like, you know, a super amazing faction, like, well, they are a good faction, a well-rounded faction, but they're not like the Dwarves and the Elves, which are like supercharged, that could, you know, pull back a 2,000-man disadvantage easily. This is going to be a test for these defenders, that's for sure. They're going to need to use every trick in the book to try and win this one. Every Gondorian man is going to have to do his duty.
Our men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
These Loki Ridden used to absolutely slap Gondor swords. They've since nerfed them. And now playing as Gondor, I am very appreciative of that. But I do feel like these things do need the like boosted. I would kind of make the Eastlings like the new Kush of Dawnless Days. Give them armor piercing. I'm sure other units do have armor piercing, but I do remember the Macemen used to have insane armor piercing, a bit like a Shotel warrior in Rome 2 has really good armor piercing. Why it's not a thing, I don't know. And the reason I mention it is mainly because I've recorded a Rome 2 replay recently. But yeah, I do feel like, yeah, Macemen, these things just don't really have a lot going on. They do have like solid infantry. Their infantry's all pretty good, like at tier 3. But it's not like great. It's not like, you can see there, Gondor swords going against Macemen. I would probably back the swords nowadays, the Gondor swords to win, to be honest. But yeah, they are pushing back that offensive there. Runic Warlords defeated, Axemen equally defeated. And now all of a sudden now, looking a little thin on the ground of these Eastlings. They've lost, I don't know if they sent in another one. They must have another Warlord, I think. Have they sent it? They had 3, I'm pretty sure. Have they already sent in 2? Or is just one elsewhere? I'm not sure. There is a unit. I wonder if that's bugged out on the tower over there. Have they just forgotten about it? I do not know. This is looking really tenuous over here. We actually have a general committed here. I'm going to see the Gondor general committed as well. But yeah, the Orc general is losing. The Assyrian Rangers, which are good in melee. They don't have great armor, but they have great melee stats. But they are getting impaled by guards of the teeth as well. Artillery strike comes in there. I'd say it's a brilliant hit. Hit a lot of rangers as well, I would have said. But I think they're targeting that Uruk bodyguard, trying to kill him off. Because if they can kill that Uruk bodyguard, I think this army's pretty spent, to be honest. There's not a lot of infantry left. They have the Olog High still, but they have taken casualties as this battle has sort of gone on. I think some of the Ologs, they have been in. Yeah, one's died here. Oh no, maybe 2 have died here. Yeah, and there you go. The Rangers are falling back. Are they going to fall back to that final, to this choke point instead? Probably a better idea. The swords are going to get back. But it is very tenuous over here for Gondor. I mean, it's not much better over on the other flank either. There's a bit of a rear charge there going on as those Rangers help out those Macemen. Still lots of ammo for the attackers, which is really concerning. The defenders aren't going to be able to easily turtle. They are getting shot for free right now, these bowmen. I don't know why they aren't responding. They have a lot of ammo left. I mean, I'd take out these Orc rabble. If you're going to shoot anything, kill these guys off. They are contributing massively to the man count. I mean, yeah, there's like 300 man units. Quite a lot of them dotted around. They're probably massively helping with the number difference. Prince's Coast Guard here and Citadel Guard trying to hold against cycle charges of shock infantry and infantry. The polearms obviously a great target for archers. There you go. The Coast Guards here. I mean, I don't actually think they are getting shot out. They're shooting the Gondor swords. They are shooting head on into the bow rabble. Whether this bow rabble here can it'll be a sort of an angle partially, but not a mass one. Still, the guards are dying quite, well, not quite quickly, but they are dying. They're relatively good. 20 of them left. They're getting cycle charged a lot. And there you go, General in combat over here. He's winning decisively up against all these orcs here. Holding the line. This Gondor army on this side has been under the most pressure. I mean, they're down to a general and some swords. That is it. They're relying heavily on the archers and and their trebuchet as sort of what they have left. The general has been killed. Oh, and there you go. The bathing step general, he charged and he's been shot at. And he charged in to deal with this Ithilien ranger here. And he got focused down by archers here. Again, I think he's been used quite aggressively. They've used him in a few spots. Here and there. I think they've used him over here, but yeah, maybe not. I thought they used him. Yeah, there's a few dead horses. They committed him there. But yeah, there you go. Eastlings now without a general. And they've not got a lot left. They've got halberds. Like I said, they've got another runic warlord. I thought they'd only committed one, but it looks like they have committed two, potentially. Unless, yeah, like I said, unless one got committed elsewhere. I don't think so. But yeah, that is not good. And Mordor, it looks like he's about to lose another general over here, unless he's already lost him. No, he's still alive. He's there. He's hiding to the side. So that could be huge, though. Eastlings without a general. Numbers, though, still not looking great. It's a bit better. 2,300 against 3,800. Gondor is starting to claw back some sort of, well, I don't know, evenness. It's not even an advantage. Just basic evenness. There you go, looks like more Morgul raiders are getting defeated. The polearms hold strong for now. Those Coast Guard, I think they're still in there, aren't they? No, they've not. They're not in there. They pull them back. Yeah, they've pulled them back. I think that's one Coast Guard there. Unless that's, unless the other one's already spent as well. Yeah, they've still got another one here as well. So you've still got two Coast Guards. Still a lot of ammo, though, to get through. Have the attackers. The trolls are still to be used, and they can obviously do a lot of damage to polearm as well. We've still got Morgul Legion here, which are a very handy polearm unit as well. I feel like they definitely beat the Prince's Coast Guard. And there goes the General, Uruk Bodyguard. He's wavered and broken, and he's re-rallied. He's going to get sent back in. I think he might. Archers are being sent in, these Uruk archers. Against Gondor swords. It's a small Gondor unit, so they might be able to defeat the swords. No, they're going to fall back. I mean, nice angled shots this entire game from the Uruk archers here. They've really made a difference shooting into the side there. I mean, they've focused down and killed a lot of these Gondor swords. And I think the player accidentally gave the wrong attack order, and that Uruk bodyguards pulled through the Citadel Guard, and that actually might cost him the unit. And there goes the break. Yeah, it's just a harmless mistake. It doesn't really matter anyway. You would have died, one of the units or the other. But yeah, there you go. That's the general broken. He's not dead though. So that's actually slightly better for morale, but not massively better. There you go. That army over there is pretty much defeated on that flank that we just looked at. And that was the that flank all the way over there. That was the one that was, you know, kind of looked like it was going to crumple first. The center here is holding pretty strong. Easterlings having lost their general. I mean, I'm pretty much down to nothing left. I mean, I have a wavering Gondor sword. I have my general. I have one more Gondor sword, and that is it. I have archers, which have got some ammo. I don't know. I think at this point, supply barrels are pretty much out as well. The trebuchet's here. It's got a silver chevron. So I was like, there's some things to hit back if you want to. There's Locrium macemen and halberds. And some of the Locrium, yeah, we still got like warlords up there and halberds. Yeah, they still got some good targets if you want to aim at those. But yeah, I've still got a lot to get through. They have no generals. So I'm really, really hoping that they'll just maybe mass rout if they get committed. But it might not happen. If the game's close in numbers, they probably will just carry on, because mass rout will only come really about if you're kind of outnumbered by a lot and your general's dead. There you go, the polearms again, doing their bit, helping around a couple of these swords, forcing some back. The attackers, obviously, as soon as they disengage, just start firing their ammo onto the Prince's Coast Guard here, and that falls back to the only unit actually in that choke point. Yeah, needs to fall back, get some support, maybe stand on top of that Citadel Guard. It is getting shot a lot, though, in the rear now. Less than 100 of them left. There you go, yeah, Cav over here is actually charged on through. They've gone for that Uruk Archer there. They've got rid of that, and now they can kind of run rampage. He's going to get another one here, I think, just to help bring down the man count of Mordor a little bit, or the orc count. Cair Andros for now is still holding, just about numbers wise. It is still not looking great. 1,800 against 3,000. Uruk Archers there, they should get routed, I think. And then, yeah, well, actually, they've already blocked off choke points with these Morgul Legion. They can't block them all, though. There is one that you can just negotiate and get in the back of these Mordor bow rabble here if you wanted to. But they're going to need those polearms forward eventually to go and attack Gondor's lines. They can't stand there forever. They're short on infantry themselves. There are still 2 more polearms here, though, of the Eastlings that could block off choke points if they needed them to. But yeah, also Gondor could just withdraw. You could just go back into the city and then come out another way, because there are plenty of other avenues to come out and just, you know, harass. If you came in and attacked the Eastlings, there's a few ways you could go. That's for sure. But yeah, it's looking difficult now for Mordor. Looking very difficult now. Numbers are still on their side, and they still have ammo, so if they wanted to take it slow, they could do so. Still, it's definitely nowhere near an hour this battle's lasted, so they'd have time to sort of sit back and start shooting some key assets. Units breaking here, though. Orc warriors going. See Uruk Strong get sent in. Archers again, focusing on the polearms. Those trolls as well are still knocking about. Are we going to see a cav charge? No, surely not. I was going to say that player could be crazy to do that. They are shooting the Morgul Legion in the back. I don't know who's doing it. Oh, it's these Black Vale archers, I think. Just shooting them in the back, weakening them a little bit, but definitely not enough that it's going to, you know, make it viable for that general to charge in. Because they're going to show their back. It's always a good sign to shoot them. They are going to have to be, like I said, be used at some point in an aggressive manner. There's also some cav here as well, Summons the Eye. They could always, you know, just shadow that Gondor general. I think it is the only cav for Gondor, so you can see you have to shadow. And if it's playing aggressive, you could always bait it in with your Servants of the Eye, support it with a little bit of infantry, and kill it off, and kill a general as well. That general, that Cav general's in charge of this central defense. If they actually did get him, it would be pretty huge. They could bait him into a combat that he's, well, not got a chance of winning, or maybe into a combat he thinks he can win. That would be huge. Here comes the Eastlings, though. It looks like they are finally mobilizing. Eastling Macemen coming forward here. We're also going to see the halberds and the warlords get a little closer. And also looks like, it looked like the Locurim were going to go and support the Centre Assault, but they have changed their minds since. Macemen here, they're going to attack the Gondor swords.
Form on me. Steady now.
They're going to get broken, though, I imagine, those swords. They are quaking in their boots. Charge there into the backs of them by the general of Gondor. I'm sure it was all meant in good sport, but they have helped rout that Gondor sword, I think. There you go, the Macemen might get routed here. We'll see that general there is very healthy. Whole arms are coming forward. I think we're going to see them get shot down now. Yeah, that halberd has got exactly the sort of opportunity he wants now to kill that Silver Swan Knight. He's going to get most of the riders out of there, I think. Some of them are getting killed off, as you can see here. This guy being a bit bold, holding on. There you go, he's dead. He is dead, and there you go, withdrawal has taken place. I'm going to see final Gondor sword here get committed. I'm charging down the hill for these halberds to set up, get inside their formation. Don't allow them to form phalanx. There you go, the halberds going to rout just like that, and they've actually committed more over here. This is a good choke point to attack, pretty weak. Halberds and shock infantry combined.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
There you go, the halberds look like they're going to withdraw. Runic warlords might also withdraw as well. I think they're going to countercharge these Gondor swords here, try and deal with them. Orlok High is coming forward here to support 5 of the 8 left. Have the defenders got enough ammo? Maybe just enough. There's some archers breaking here though, as the support for that helps out. There you go, Knights of Silver Swan charges the Runic warlords. Gondor swords here continue on chasing archers. And it looks like they're kind of mass routing a bit. That one just routed randomly, that bowman there. The other one still holds on for now. Orlok High here, armored trolls doing their best. Who's this? Oh, this is the general here going down. Citadel Guards, my general going in, supporting with those spears, trying to help kill the Orlok High. Pin them down. They are still combat even. General here, another general here, obviously the Cav one, dealing with the Runic warlords, was trying to. Gondor sword here, holding to 16 men. The halberds have literally nearly broken through. They are so close. They're wavering themselves, they're having no general, and the Gondor swords still refuse to die. 7 of them left. They broke at like 3 men left, they broke. As I say, that's a pretty impressive Gondor sword attack. I've never seen that, or defense, sorry, not attack. Bow rabble here in combat. For some reason, they have ammo, plenty of ammo left. Why they're in here? Maybe a mistake in the micro? Yeah, I think it was. The players pulling them out. I think it was a mistake. I think he must have been attacking something. They've just charged forward. Runic warlords dealt with here, and there we go. The trolls are dropping. One of them left. The routes. Don't often see Orlok High route. They usually just die to the last man. They're getting chased by the Gondor swords and the spears there, making sure they stay gone. And there you go. I think, yeah, the balance power is now turning in favor of Gondor. It's 1,200 against 1,600. A lot of that manpower as well is actually now in these bow rabble here, which can be easily dealt with a couple of volleys or even a cav charge. Trebuchet True helping to slay some of these bow rabble here. He's actually winning decisively. Literally a 24-man unit against over 150 troops. Insane. And general going in over there. That could be huge if that general dies. If he dies, that could change the balance a little bit in favor of Mordor. Maybe not. Yeah, the general's losing. So is the servants, though. We're going to see spear support. Two generals combining here.
The enemy have rallied their units. What shame is there in death?
And they are wavering and breaking of those servants. I think army losses are coming into it a little bit. There's still a general in here, Uruk bodyguard. Pretty well chevroned up. Not really sure he should have all those chevrons. Unless he's earned them from farming, he might have.
Our ally has fled. We are abandoned.
There you go, Morgul Legion, Uruk Throng there, about to go in. Well, about to rout there, sorry. They're very much gone in. The spears here, the Citadel Guards joining the fight, helping to deal with the bow rabble. If they can rout most of this bow rabble, they probably don't need to even rout the Uruk bodyguard or even these pole arms here, to be honest. Probably just kind of stand off. I think that's what they're doing here. They're just sort of standing off the pole arms. They're not even engaging them, really. One of the pole arms... What happened to the other one? I think it must have committed. Morgul Legion over here. I think it's died. And there you go. Yep. Got some tiny little sword and bow units going in here, just routing Uruk bow rabble. They're so easy to rout. So easy, especially this stage of the game where there's no men left. Yeah, 1,100 against 1,000. Bodyguard, they're going to probably waver and break soon if they keep having their allies break. And there you go, you can see all these Uruk, the Orc bow rabble, they're routing. Bodyguard actually, well, he's held on for a while, but there you go, finally on. I think the fire armor coming in is helping to rout these guys a lot quicker. Cowards. And there you go, a mass rout starts to take place. And we have a Pyrrhic victory for Gondor. They literally had probably like 1,000 men left, just about. But yeah, it was an incredible fight. And yeah, well done to Omens and famous Austrian as well. All did a very good job. Well done to Toast, Sergei, and Mitsukom. All did a very, very good job. Broke through, but didn't quite have enough at the end. I think the loss of the Eastern General was huge. And personally, I felt like losing him because there's some good units left that just in the end, with no morale, we're just not as near as effective. But yeah, my kills over here, 177 kills with the Gondor swords, 102 with another there. 132 kills with the bows, 167 kills here with another bow unit. Cav, 293 kills, 170 is not too shabby at all. Then we have Omens with his army, 342 kills with his general, who's still half health. 209 kills with the sword infantry there, 245 kills with the archers, 430 with the Thilian Rangers, 258 with this one here, and then his Trebuchet, 541 kills, insane. Then Austrian playing as Gondor, getting 580 kills here with the Silver Swans, with his general there at the end, 112 kills with his Gondor swords, Citadel Guards, 183 kills, 122, 286 kills, all those Citadel Guards pretty much dying to the last man. Coast Guards here getting 211 kills, 121, and then the Archers 200 kills, 143. Then we have Toast playing as the Eastlings, 137 kills with the Variag Axeman, 183 with another Variag Axeman there. Locrian Maceman 205 kills, Archers 100 kills, 155, 106 kills. Then you have Sergei playing as Mordor, 229 kills with his Orc Warriors there. His general only 72 kills. 137 kills with the Uruk Throng, 176 kills, 110. 206 with his Morgul Raiders, very good. 111 kills here with Uruk Archers. His Guards the Teeth, 123 kills. His Olog High, 103. And 119 kills with his Uruk Archers there. Then we have Mitsukom playing as the final Mordor army. 106 kills there with the Bow Rabble. Another one getting 106. 144 with the Morgul Raiders. 182 kills with the Uruk Throng. 182 kills with the Uruk Throng there. and 115 with another one. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days siege battle of Cair Andros. I hope you did enjoy. The city has stood, which may make a huge difference in the War of the Ring. Changing history there a little bit. But yeah, hope you did enjoy. If you want to see more Dawnless Days videos, check out the ones appearing on your screen now. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that shenanigans. And I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye for now.